Thank you to SimThick, accessible via sim.gg for the weapon stats used in making this video. Link in the description. Hello, this is yet another entry into a series I've been calling Final Meta, an exploration into the infantry weapons in Battlefield 5 following its final content release. This video covers the anti-material rifles of Battlefield 5, the Boys AT rifle, and the Panzerbuchse 39. These guns are the kings of per-shot damage, capable of one-hit kills within 100 meters, even with body shots, though not leg shots. And like all full-size bolt actions, capable of one-hit headshot kills regardless of range. For these guns, I advise focusing on the Pathfinder combat role. You generally will be getting one-shot kills with the anti-material rifles, rendering the infantry spotting mechanic of very questionable use. For the Boys AT rifle, I suggest the iron sights. They're relatively clear other than the jutting magazine, and you gain the benefit of not having scope glint when you're aiming, which is extremely important for these rifles, as well as the faster ADS speed, which is also crucial. This permits a generally more anti-infantry playstyle that works a little better for closer ranges where things can get a bit more heated. The Panzerbuchse 39, however, I advise using the scopes. If you decide to build it for anti-infantry, go for the 6x scope. If you build it for anti-vehicle, use the 3x scope. The irons aren't super bulky, but where they do have bulk makes the sight inconvenient. My suggested gadget loadout for both anti-material rifles are the firecrackers, sniper decoy, and Doppelschuss. Probably the most unique gadget of this collection, the decoy prevents you from being immediately trampled on in close quarters by giving you an extra split second to react, assuming your enemies attack the decoy first. And even if they manage to kill you, they've likely shot a decoy as well. This results in covering your immediate area with a flare, helping your team and making it a little more likely you will be revived. It can also double as a stand for bipoding, making it extremely useful for achieving more oddball firing positions. The Doppelschuss is more easily hidden from the enemy by being stuck to walls, making them less conspicuous, while also providing you information faster than the standard flare gun and is harder to shoot down. You can shoot it onto high-traffic indoors areas and use it to help you identify where you should be pointing your rifle at in advance. As for the firecrackers, they are useful in much the same way that they are useful when using the MMGs of the support class. They provide you a distraction in close to medium ranges, providing you precious time to take your target down before they identify your bipoded location, though, unlike with that class, you don't have an endless supply, so use them more carefully. Because the anti-material rifles are somewhat capable anti-tank weapons, the Type 99 mines can be used to maximize your potential damage against tanks if you think you are likely to be in close proximity to them, where you can toss the mines onto a tank and then run to its rear and begin firing shots as fast as the gun can muster, though consider doing so after they detonate to maximize the amount of damage you can deal before the tank realizes what is happening. I suggest the M1911 suppressed as your sidearm, as the gun provides the best combination of features for the anti-material rifles. A suppressor for obtaining flanks, which is useful for setting up better traps for unsuspecting targets, the best ammo reliability among all sidearms, making it a good alternative primary, and a reasonable deploy speed, especially in combination with slings and swivels, as swap speed will likely come into play frequently as you move from sniper position to sniper position. For its strong assassination abilities and its damage matchup with the M1911, I suggest a knife for your melee weapon. Being able to quietly take down a target can help you reach a position to safely set up a trap, and its faster attack speed make it a good damage companion for your M1911 when you are changing positions. When it comes to upgrade trees, both rifles, if you are playing anti-infantry, I suggest left, left, right, resulting in slings and swivels, flashless propellant, machined bolt, and high velocity bullets. The first three upgrades are largely a no-brainer, especially the first upgrade, since a reduced recoil would barely provide any benefit, outside perhaps allowing you to better track the arc of your bullet as it flies towards your target, whereas the ability to switch to and from your primary faster is a much more important statistic. Maximizing firing speed is far more important than reload speed. Fleshless propellant isn't super useful in this case because the weapon is still loud and the bullets produce significant sparks on impact anyway, but neither is variable zeroing. The rifle's main strengths come from keeping to a range within 100 meters for their one-hit body kills, so very long-range sniping defeats the point, rendering the variable zoom ill-advised. Finally, high-velocity bullets mitigates one of the bigger issues of using AT rifles against infantry. The slow bullet velocity can make shots beyond 30 meters tricky without high-velocity rounds. Of course, the anti-vehicle build is the same, except you switch the last upgrade to APCR bullets, which drastically improves damage against vehicles. This can work fairly well in medium-sized maps with tanks, like Rotterdam, as the slower bullet velocity is less of a major issue for taking down infantry due to generally closer ranges and plenty of elevated places to snipe down from, allowing you to effectively do both anti-vehicle and anti-infantry work. In the case of tactics, both weapons should be used as hybrid anti-personnel and anti-vehicle weapons regardless of the build, with the boys having a faster firing rate but smaller magazine, and as a result, even though each shot deals less damage, it also ends up having a faster DPS against tanks. The main benefit of the Panzerbuchse is its larger magazine, that takes the form of a simple box that your character pulls ammo from to place into the weapon's breech. This allows more overall damage to be dealt before you have to deal with a quote-unquote reload, largely making the Panzerbuchse better if you are more flank-oriented or find yourself engaging against heavy tanks like Tigers, as continuous fire is more achievable. Further, if you reload when there is one round in the breech, but the box itself is empty, giving you an ammo readout of 1, the reload speed itself is actually faster than any of the reloads the boys has, tactical or empty. Just make sure not to initiate a reload in the heat of battle when you have more than one shot left, as the individual reloading of the empty slots in your ammo box will take a significant amount of time, placing you at unnecessary risk. In general, consider firing without using the scope or iron sight if you are bipoded, as the accuracy is acceptable for mid-range shots and this technically increases your firing rate a little. Much like the medium machine guns, these weapons are best used in restrictive firing lanes, as your stationary nature makes you an easy target for more nimble snipers and long-ranged weaponry. And if you are spotted by more rushing-oriented players, they can easily overwhelm your slow firing rate if you miss, or if they have friends with them. Being aggressive is generally not a wise choice with these rifles. In conclusion, if you are a very patient player, enjoy setting up traps, and take one shot, one kill extremely seriously, or if you want to build a recon class that can assist more against vehicles, the anti-material rifles are the weapons for you. Thank you for watching my video to the end. Please like, comment, subscribe, and click the bell for notifications.